The next morning, we headed to a vineyard to learn a little bit more about the actual lifespan of a grape. From dirt and vines to bottles and glasses, what is this magical process? This particular vineyard at San Teodoro Beach greeted us to some of the strongest winds I have ever felt, and we met with agriculture expert Ivan to explain why this land was so special.
This is a unique place because, it's a mix of history, it's a mix of tradition, it's a mix of very ancient Sicilian tradition. The people came here around 3,000 years ago, and they start to do wine in the island. And we keep on this tradition till now. So you can imagine that 3,000 years of experience, tradition, is something special that a few places in the world have.
Molly, how's the wind doing down there?
Fantastic.
This is the windiest place I've ever been in my life. Okay, it's extremely windy. Is that an advantage, being close to the sea and with the wind?
The wind is very important to help the vineyards and the single plants, because the wind is like a massage effect on the plants.
Massage.
Massage,
okay.
yeah. And the wind helps also the flooring. We can see that the grapes are with the floor, is flooring. And this helps the quantity that you have in the harvest.
How much wine are you getting out of a place like this?
This is a beautiful question. Actually, from this field, from 1 hectare, you can produce around 50, 60 hectoliters of wine, means 6,000 liters of wine. So means 7,000 bottles. We are also very close to the sea, so there is also a salt that comes by the wind. This is the very secret of Marsala wine. And give more tasty to the grapes.
And how old are these ones?
This is like 30 days old.
30 days old?
Yeah.
Wow, 30 days old. I've never seen grapes that size before.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen grapes at this stage before. That's cool.
Yeah.
While discussing these young grapes, I had some minor déjà vu. But now for that magical process I was waiting for.
All this white thing that you see got the pollen in Italian. And the pollen go to the female part of the flower.
There's a female part of the
Yeah.
Okay.
And the wind helps them It's the best example that you can do.
Okay.
And they make the little berry.
They make the berry.
And after becomes, a grape that you can crush and make wine.
Yeah.
So the wind here in Marsala is a vital part of the process that helps the yield and also the flavor, giving just a touch of salt from the sea.
Well, I see the people flying around back there.
Yeah, also
so
there.
For me to do that, I think I'd have to drink a lot of this wine first to get me up there.
The sport of kite surfing has a perfect home on the sea here in Marsala, and they've even held the World Championships right here along this coast. This activity takes skill, courage, and an inseparable relationship between the wind and the sea. I needed to know a little bit more about what type of person has this fearless urge to become one with the wind.
So we found Elliot here. He's getting ready to go out there.
Yeah.
Elliot, what kind of crazy man must you be to go out here and do this?
No, non devi essere tanto pazzo perché il kitesurf comunque è alla portata di tutti quanti.
It's not important that you are too crazy.
Could I do it, do you think?
Yes, yes.
Okay, do you need to be very strong?
No.
No?
No.
What, can you die out there?
Allora, non bisogna farsi spaventare dal vento perché
don't scare about the wind.
per ogni condizione di vento.
Okay, there is a kite for a different types of wind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're seeing guys go flying in the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a main part of it? That's a big part of it, yeah? The jumping, yeah?
I salti sono le cose più divertenti e più importanti, no?
Assolutamente, sì.
Is there a beginner version of this? Like for a guy that's I've never surfed, I've never even gotten up on a board.
Certo, certo. No, ci sono dei corsi di kitesurf
Oh, careful, you're not a kite now,
dove
okay?
praticamente questa è una delle cose belle che c'è
Ci
qui allo
mascughi.
Stagnone a Marsala.
Here in Marsala in the Stagnone.
Well, you gonna go out there and do it?
I go there.
Okay, we're gonna watch you.
In Italy, maybe they say buon vento, good wind, like a lucky.
Buon vento?
That's okay.
Buon
Yeah.
vento.
Grazie.
Buon
ragazzi.
vento. Thanks, Elliot.
Grazie.
Cheers.
Flying up to 30 meters in the air, I can't help but be totally in awe of these extreme sport aficionados. No, sadly that day I would not try kitesurfing, because we had plans to meet the mayor of a tiny town just south of Marsala. We headed to peaceful Petrosino, where we met with their mayor of 9 years, Gaspare Giacalone, whose vision to bring art, culture, and opportunity to a new generation of Sicilians in his hometown has slowly come to fruition.
My role of mayor, I always wanted to invest on youngers. Even if I need a lawyer or I need someone, has to be someone young that no one else has invested before. Because you have to give them a chance.
You feel like you were given a chance? You're sort of a young man, a mayor of a city.
I just pretend to be young. But the reality is that yes, we have the beauty, we have very good people, and I do believe so, because in these 9 years of being mayor, I've seen many youngers and women and men that really want to make a change and want to do anything to make Sicily better. One type of tourism we experimented here is the simplicity. If you come to Petrosino, you won't see any sort of monument or things like this. You will come here, you wake up, walk around, you will smell the bread, the simplicity of the going to the beach with no music, pum 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 pum. Just the simplicity. That's what we're selling here.
If you want the historical thing, you get in the car and drive 10 minutes and you
Exactly,
have it,
exactly,
okay?
exactly.
You want to party, drive
Exactly.
10 minutes that way.
Exactly,
You want the
exactly.
most peaceful, serene, quiet,
Exactly.
slow day. You come to Petrosino, man. Go see the world,
Yeah,
and then you come back, right?
Exactly.
Then you come back, correct.
You have to compare, basically.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
very
correct.
important. I'm fascinated. You are one of the very few people that has been so attached to Sicily without being a proper Sicilian, really.
I love it.
Amazing.
I love Sicily.
You became a study case for me now.
Yeah, sure. Well, we could work together in the future. It's very good to meet you. Well, thanks so much.
I just love Gaspare's vision of Sicily. Slow, quiet, tranquil, serene. And though we learned much about the future, it was time to step into the past and learn some good old-fashioned Marsalan history. And who better to teach us than a group of young history buffs, an historical tour company called Nonovento. Sarah from Nonovento explained to us the most important thing in Marsala's history. It's one of the first moments in Italy's history. Marsala is the place where Garibaldi began the official unification of the country of Italy on May 11th, 1860. On that same day, May 11th, 1943, Marsala, which at the time housed Nazi officials, was bombed by the Americans, and the whole city was practically destroyed.
I'm sorry. You picked the wrong side that time.
No, it's not correct.
It is correct.
No.
Next up was Simona, who told us about the archway and the road that Garibaldi first arrived on.
You know, a lot of these cities have these arches, you know, these
Yeah.
arco, yeah?
Yeah.
Do they just like the shape? Is there any purpose to the shape, or
It's like a welcome.
it's just it's a welcoming shape?
Yeah.
Now, we may
Before
say,
it's for we blocked inside and stay safe.
You close the door.
Yeah, you close the
Sì,
door
c'era
and
anche
inside
proprio un
you stay.
portone.
You
There's a
stay
big
safe.
door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Used to be a big door there.
Yes.
Maron.
The door is open now. We can
Let's
move.
go.
So the door was open and we walked through, entering the historic center, and came upon a tower that leans slightly, sort of Marsala's own little Pisa, called Torre Campanaria del Carmine.
When did they build that tower? What year?
Quando l'hanno fatta questa? Quando è stata costruita?
Did you already say that? 1,700.
Federica and the gang struggled to decide when this tower was actually built, but eventually decided on a year.
1700.
1715.
They did a good job because it's, looks pretty
Stay
solid.
there. Yeah.
I'm happy that the American bombs missed this one.
Thanks.
Next up was the main piazza in Marsala. And since we were running a bit late, Achille hurried through the history of the center, where Chiesa Madre, the biggest and most important cathedral in the city, is, as well as the Concilio Comunale, or town hall. Although this square used to be the home of a medieval trading market in the city, or loggia, as they call it, hence the name Piazza Loggia.
Piazza Loggia.
Just down the road past some ancient Roman ruins is the appropriately titled Piazza del Purgatorio, and Andrea told us all about the Baroque architecture, which is the most important aspect of this piazza. But I couldn't help but be reminded of Andrea the actor, who had a small role as the other sound guy in our film. And although I couldn't understand a word he said during his presentation, I was told he did great.
Yes, we believe Andrea. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, got me.
And after all this history, we really worked up an appetite and went running for some food. It was time. It had been a full day and a half, and we hadn't yet had the most famous Sicilian street food of them all, the arancine. So we stopped by a Sud street food for lunch and our first rice ball of the trip. Some say these balls were invented by the Arabs in the 1st century, meaning for over 1,000 years, people on the island of Sicily have been stuffing, breading, and frying dense, delicious balls of rice. With minimal experience behind the fryer, I was able to toss those balls around and get them hot and crispy.
Arancina, on the way. Ready? Well, it's my first arancini of the trip.
Yeah?
I don't know if I've had it with the fish before, so
This is your first time, I think.
this is my first time. I'm very
Yeah.
excited. The minute you have to wait for them to cool down is the longest minute of my life.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I understand.
So on a sunny day with a couple local beers, there is maybe no better midday snack in the world than an arancina. Politely, we divided the balls up evenly between ourselves and the crew so we could all taste the magic of these deep-fried rice orbs.
Holy shrimp.
Only shrimp. Cheers.
And these were not typical. We had shrimp with sweet potato, swordfish and eggplant, and squid ink rice stuffed with the cousin calamari and shrimp. Madonna.
Don't worry, Vale. You're gonna get your ball. Arancini, right? Not arancini.
We can't talk about these balls without mentioning the coastal rivalry. It's all based on the name. Here on the West Coast, the arancina is a female food. The shape is circular, and its name is close to the fruit it looks like, the arancia, orange. On the East Coast, it's a totally different story, but trust me, we'll be covering that later. Rounding out our day, we of course found ourselves back at a winery. Caruso and Menini are a smaller production that concentrate on specific types of natural wine.
Which one of those do you think is the most, the flavor and everything you can't find anywhere else?
Undoubtedly the Pericone.
The Pericone.
Yes.
Caruso and Menini is a collaboration between families from the north and south of Italy, distributing bottles all over the world with a motto of quality and tradition.
This is a very, very old variety. This variety made origin to Marsala.
Actually, is a sort of like explosion in the mouth. At first, boom. But it's an evolving wine in the mouth. So sip after sip, you are going to taste like balsamic notes, spicy notes.
The complex flavors are created using a mixture of ancient and modern techniques with undeniable precision and one simple goal.
What we want to do, our aim is to put it in the bottle a little bit of Sicily, so everybody could taste Sicily. We want to bring Sicily in our bottle.
And that's honestly a motto I can get behind. Sicily in a bottle. sounds perfectly Marsellese to me. Our final stop was to another local friend named Francesco. Yes, another Francesco. Francesco Ducato, an artist and architect, invited us to his studio for a party with music, singing, dancing, food, wine, and a bunch of good friends. Our pal Stefano, who worked as an actor and an assistant on our film, came with plenty of energy, but lacking in memory.
Really, we don't remember my name in the movie.
No, our name. I remember my name.
My name. Your name is
Paolo.
Paolo.
Correct.
Your name is...
Casimiro is our father.
Your name
Correct.
is...
Giacomo, nice to meet you. Piacere, I'm Angelo.
Hey,
Nice to
Giacomo,
meet you.
my brother.
Giacomo! Yeah, correct.
Giacomo.
Giacomo Jack.
Jackie.
Giacomo.
Giacomo,
Right.
correct.
I know.
Did you write them?
While we jammed, Frank cooked some pasta with anchovies and served me a giant plate. And after going non-stop for an intense 2 days in Marsala, we had finally lost our minds. The party made its way outside for one final surprise. Our DOP and cameraman, and one of my dearest friends, Will, was blindsided by a surprise birthday celebration. Complete with an incredible personalized cassata cake and a final dance party and jam session in the garden. An unforgettable evening. Marsala is a wonderful place, and I just love so much about it. But I want to ask, what do you love about it?
Let me begin saying that I lived in Rome, I lived in Milan, I lived in Florence, but I always come back in Marsala, always.
Marsala is a collection of colors.
One of the things that I like the most is actually the smell of salt, the smell of the sea.
D'altronde come fanno a non mancarti il mare fresco, il clima caldo, il cibo buonissimo e le persone spontanee?
A me Marsala piace perché ogni volta che la attraverso mi incanta. Mi piace per il suo sole che acceca e brucia.
Per me Marsala è sole. Il sole che mi fa ricordare di splendere e brillare in qualsiasi altro posto lontano da lei.
Because of the sea, because of the food, because of the people. And I think Marsala has all of that.
I can somehow really feel home. This is one of the maybe most simple but most beautiful and special thing that I can say about Marsala.
Dalla riserva dello Stagnone a Marsala, il tramonto che perfettamente vedi in mezzo alle isole Egadi è uno spettacolo mozzafiato. And getting the chance to share this place, Marsala, my home, with you, Mike, and with the world, it's an incredible honor.
Is your first gig here?
Yes.
This one?
This one.
Ah.
We are so lucky.
Well, I think you're going to be a big success. It's fine, you did great. You did great. You're doing a great job. Don't she knows how to do it. She knows. Don't tell her how to do her job, okay? Sarah knows everything, okay? You know the Allman Brothers?
Yes. I don't know so much.
You know Sweet Melissa?
I don't know.
This is a nice chord here, yeah?
Yes.
Can you take it up there?
It's a F sharp. Sus four.
Going to have everybody be quiet for 1 second. Have you ever heard of jam band music?
I'd like to.
No, not so much.
Hi guys, I'm here with Nono Vento, and Simona here is going to tell us about this beautiful archway. Hey, fuck off! Hey everybody, say bye. Bye.